Hello and welcome, world. I am Crownson's Corner, aka Ryan. This is the Healing Chefs podcast. Our other host is
Cameron Brown at Cameron's Culinary on Instagram. Big Worm 4444 if you happen to want to. And today we have AZ Dank in the house, aka
What's up?
Evan.
AZ Dank, Evan. Hello. Mr. Crack That Seal.
Crack that seal.
Man,
Pretty.
so I had the honor of having you crack a seal of my own creation.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was that?
Wait, what?
It was a s'more.
That was you? Oh my God, that was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was you. That was a mystery chef. So now
Boom. Mystery solved, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fire.
you.
Yeah.
That's
These are.
awesome.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Those were good. I demolished mine. Like he's like, you can just try the, and I'm like, nah, I'm eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Caution,
like I said in our
please.
last episode, when I do something, I just go
All the way.
all the way. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with our first segment, which is cannabis journey. Yeah, smoke up, chill out. All right, so cannabis journey. We asked our guests and stuff. Like, I'm sure a lot of people know you, but for those that don't, our watchers and listeners and stuff like that. Before we get into what you do now, how did you find cannabis, and like, what was it that, like, I mean, what did you start with? Flower? Did you start with edible? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I feel like a lot of people don't know that part for sure because I'm a late bloomer. So it was growing up, mom and brother smoked. Looked down on them for that.
Okay.
Never understood it. The smell of it, all that, and whatever. My best friend at like 15 or 16, he got into it, made me kind of even more like anti-weed.
Okay.
Let's just fast forward to me being 25. My girlfriend's smoking all the time. I see her. I'm like, whatever. I'm a little bit judgeful until I finally take the plunge with her. And it was a joint. Her and her friend were smoking a joint, and I took a few puffs of the joint and had the time of my life. But I didn't make it like a normal habit. The key part here would be my stomach problem developing Crohn's at that same kind of time as I was just dabbling in it, and then seeing the benefits and effects, and it, how much it was the only thing that helped me at the time, and yada yada. So, but those would be the two things. Is like, yeah, I finally tried it and lost all my preconceived notions of all that bullshit that I thought.
Yeah.
That whole thing of the world would smoke a joint.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
I feel like I was just gonna say, I feel like the more you force yourself to like not want to do something, the more like inward judgmental you might get outwardly, but like not really want to be, but it's like I need to like make a reason to not do that possibly. You can not want to do something just naturally, but otherwise like maybe you always wanted to, but you're like, I don't understand why they're doing it. I don't get it.
Yeah, maybe it's a little projection or something, like, that we don't like in our stuff. We're like, I really want to try that, but I think it's stupid or something like that.
Yeah.
And like you're saying, projecting that out, but
Straight up,
whatever it is. But I'm
straight
glad.
up. And your guys' last episode, you guys touched on it with her and that whole like ad campaign and all that. Like it just, it gets in your mind and you think one thing and yeah, you just, that's your life.
Yeah, like like the world's flat. Like
exactly.
I mean, if you don't believe me, you can look up all the CIA records that they just released. It's literally in there.
Oh Jesus!
Oh yeah, it says a flat non-rotating Earth. You can all Google it. It's the CIA documents that they released, and it
Whoa.
outline. Yeah. But anyway, weed. Shout out Alien Labs, Bruno, and all them, because we just smoked that Oz Kush. So
it was fire, by the way.
Fire.
That shit was really nice. Thank you.
Yeah.
So how would you rate it?
Oh, on the spot, like don't have the.
I'm sorry.
No, I like this. Honestly, I didn't touch up on the bud and everything, but wow, definitely in the nines for me in Flower. I am a big Alien Connected fan already, so take that into account. But we're gonna go 9.3. Honestly, high. Yep,
Nice.
I
Nice.
really liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out.
Yeah,
Shout out
thank
to
you.
everyone.
Tasted it
Alien
all the
Labs,
way through,
KG,
yeah.
all them, all
Hell
you
yeah.
guys.
Hell yeah.
There's so many I can't name. But shout out to all you guys. Shit's fire always. But so you had the joint, like
What was that
I-
timeline?
like
So
an infomercial. Forget everything you know about duvets.
Straight,
All right,
straight up.
I
Yep.
forgot.
Yep. So this is so great. I so they're like watching me, and I'm just like trying to keep my cool, right? And I go to the kitchen, and I get a plate, and I just start losing my shit, and I basically put the plate in front of my face, and they're like, "Hey, Evan, what you doing?" And I'm crying tears of laughter. Like literally, it was that much. I was like, "What the like? This is insane."
Dang.
So then they start laughing. I'm laughing harder.
Are you trying to hide behind the plate?
Yeah, I literally was just like, what the hell are you doing? So, it was a blast. Yeah, but
That's
I didn't really
hilarious.
it wasn't an all the time thing for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
But I developed this stomach problem, and it's kind of like, hey, let's try this. And not only was it helping, not only did I notice it was one of the only things helping, I started noticing, like, I basically, once I started smoking like that, I dove right in. I'm like, oh, there's strains. Oh, they help for different things. And then I'm like, yeah, I can feel my stomach unclench on this strain, and maybe not so much on this one. And
Right.
that's at the very early on, when you're just like, Googling whatever you can. But I would
And that's-
notice, and then I'd be like, give me an ounce of this strain and keep it on deck just in case I have any stomach problems.
Okay. Okay.
Makes
type
sense.
thing.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
yeah, yeah.
And you-
So,
yeah.
Right.
I went and saw a doctor, and at the Mayo Clinic, and weirdly enough, they actually tried to blame the weed. I tried to explain to him that, like, I had this problem before I ever even smoked.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he believed me, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, I go see another doctor. She's amazing. And she basically breaks it down. He didn't break it down. She broke it down why he thought that, because there is a study done, and there is, some people know about this, but there is like a bad, people have reactions, and there's a study been done, and they think weed can cause stomach problems.
Okay.
So that is out there, and you can look that up too. But for me, for someone who literally had the problem before and then who was using it to help, I was
Mhm.
like, this doctor's crazy. But anyway, so she
Right.
explained to me why he thought that. And then we kind of came to the conclusion, diagnosis of Crohn's. So I just changed my diet, started smoking more
That's key.
all the
That's
time,
key. Diet.
taking all what is it? I'm blanking right now, but probiotics, stuff like
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
doing a
Being
little bit of
proactive.
edibles and things like that. Yeah, so just kind of running with it from that point.
Yeah, edibles and stuff, especially like when I'm hurting on the inside, I definitely make sure I eat something with RSO because I need that full
Okay.
spectrum and that healing from the inside. I haven't been diagnosed anything like that, but I do have these issues at times and stuff like that. And I understand that because cannabis, especially with that CBD, with the flower and stuff like that, with the anti-inflammatory and stuff, really helps out me a lot. Like the blueberry strain, like I wish someone could grow DJ Short blueberry out here, because that's my number one strain. It, like, all of my body aches are gone and my euphoria then is up and stuff like that. So
See, that's a great one. That's like a very known medicinal strain.
exactly.
So that yeah, exactly.
So I'm sorry, what is, oh, you need this. Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
So
No.
then
Oh no. So what else do you remember? Like, did you? So you're just looking, you see it, and you're crying, but you're just laughing, crying, just like you're having a great time.
Yeah,
just like,
having a great time, and that's just kind of me. Like I laugh a lot, I have fun, but like it brought it all out in that moment. Tears down my face. I'm just laughing at everything, just the laughter at life. And
were you this? I don't know. Were you this happy before? Or was it always the same?
yeah,
This is-
no, I was definitely high energy and all that kind of stuff, but I'm one of those people that like weed makes everything better. So
yeah, for sure,
like,
for sure, for
like
sure.
You
I
tried
noticed
it.
that very early on. I'm like,
Oh.
holy shit, the food tastes better, sex is better. What have I been doing?
Yeah. Just like what was that Half Baked? But have you tried it on weed?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
No,
no,
exactly.
if I haven't, I will.
If I
But I'm gonna keep doing it. When did excuse me? So we all go on this trip, like on our journeys and stuff, and some people like just stay with flour and stuff like that. I know myself when I moved out here, and I got my card, I went ape shit on everything. I was like, when I would go to like, I came into money and I ran through it. But you know, lessons. But I would go to like the dispo once or twice a week and drop $400 to $500. And I'm just grabbing all sorts of stuff because at the time I'm trying to figure out what works.
Yeah.
And also like I was dabbing, and at that time all we really had was shatter, crumble. We didn't really have like live resin. So this is like 2000 maybe 16, 17, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I was even getting shatter from the guy. Remember Pull and Snap? Anybody? That was probably the
No, that's
oh,
one
it's
I don't.
horrible.
Oh, Poland's yes,
like,
no, the worst.
Just like there's gotta be all sorts of solvents still in there, or they're
Yep,
just or
for
that's
sure.
reclaim. I don't know. But yeah, so we all kind of go through this journey. Like, I know you're obviously, we're looking at your shirt. You obviously have if you want to say it, graduated to hash rosin, but
Yeah, no. I worked through all that like everyone else, just like you said. I even not by myself, but made my own crumble. We made our own shatter.
Nice.
Loved all that. Smoked not the pull and snap, but some definitely stuff I shouldn't have smoked that tasted weird even then before you knew what terps were.
Yeah.
And then, but slowly graduated. And to this day, like I tell people, I'm not. I'll smoke BHO. I'm okay. Like you can
Yeah.
still.
We were talking.
I love shatter. I loved shatter back in the day when that was the thing and they were using all bud, premium bud to make it. I know some of the
Right.
best guys in the state that were making absolute fire that had terps and all that.
Some of the high grade that brand here and there I could find some good stuff, especially their blackberry was really good.
Okay.
There were some other things that were, but
Yeah.
but like
No, back in the day it was Echo. It was Echo all day, and
Okay.
I would smoke the shit out of that, and that kind of took me away
Okay.
because it was being sold in my dispo. So I'm like, man, at this cost, kind of like your point, like at this cost, and I can get fire. But then you get to that point where I feel like it's very hard to find good low quality stuff now because it's made with such low quality stuff.
for sure. Yeah.
Not to say you can't get deals and all that stuff, but to your point, I just kind of graduated trying to get it as clean as possible, and you can't get much cleaner than rosin. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Well, because it'd be like defeating the purpose of like why you even got to the purpose. Like, why am I doing this for my Crohn's? And then it's like I need to kind of graduate while I'm doing it to make myself feel any better. If I can just
exactly. No, exactly. And in the end, you want the best product. So
Well, yeah. I mean, even like with food and everything, you go and eat like fast food or
Yep.
I don't even want to hot dogs and stuff like that. I just don't like hot dogs. Sorry, I'm not. It's just big baloney
you're not
or
a
small baloney.
glizzy guzzler.
No, I mean pause and all that, but after a while of eating that stuff, you realize
that's why my
that's not food.
Yep.
There's plastics and all sorts of
Yep.
stuff, but like
Yeah.
right now, you're right. I wish there was some people doing some higher quality, low cost stuff, but I mean, the market kind of forces people to do things, so
Yep.
it's not really their fault. Now, what prompted you? Like, how did you start Crack That Seal? Like, obviously now we're into like the rosin and stuff like that.
Wanting my place in this game, wanting my place, just wanting to be somebody. I've been at the dispo for a long time, and I just know that's not the route.
Mhm.
And so it's like, well, what's the route? and I've my background is journalism, and I've been in newspaper, and I've done podcasts, and I've done all that kind of stuff, reviews, a lot of reviews.
Yeah.
And so it just kind of all made sense. Like it was the right time. Like I knew all the little things that would put me ahead, showing my face,
Yeah.
giving good detailed reviews,
Yes.
already
Absolutely.
having a good kind of base audience because I'm at least known in the Arizona market. So I know where to get stuff and I know, who to go see. So, and it just all opened up from there.
Do you
And
have
yeah,
I was gonna say, do you have favorite dispensaries that you tend to go to before? Like not straight up, but like
I'll be 100. I really don't go to dispensaries anymore at all. When I did go, True Bliss was my spot that I would go. I feel like, did you not work there?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I used to actually go see you, and you were one of my favorite bud tenders.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
Uh,
much. Yeah.
that's magic.
Yeah,
That's
no,
dope.
Yeah,
for
no,
sure.
I mean, there's things that happen within the industry. I again, anybody that's watching, like I praise everybody that ever gave me a shot and stuff. And if anything went wrong, I'm sorry. I'm not even that person anymore. I'm sorry for that guy. But no, thank you guys very much for letting. True Bliss was a great time.
Yeah.
Like especially we opened the new place and everything.
Had some of the best concentrates
Yes.
available, and,
Bro,
and different
Do you know
kinds.
how they got
I did not.
me? I was the. I mean, I love you guys at True Bliss and everything, but I literally was like, I was beating down the Potent Planet's door. Glorious. I pulled Glorious in there before we moved over to and I would just bring stuff to True Bliss and be like, hey guys, this shit is fire. Look. And I would show them, and
that's
then they
dope.
would talk to them and bring them on. Now, obviously, it's all them making the
for
contracts and
sure.
all that kind of stuff. But
I was
if it
the
was
you
fire,
for Bloom.
boom.
And that's why I always kind of got you whenever I'd go in, because I'm like, I already know we're on the same level. It's the exact same thing. I'd be like, you have to bring these guys in. Like, what are you doing? And I don't really get the behind the scenes credit. Someone else does, but like
Right.
for them bringing in Apocalypse, I was one of the driving forces to get him. And
See?
every day I used to see him, I'd be like, why don't you come be the extractor for fucking Bloom? And he would just be like, nah. It took someone else kind of pulling him in,
Yeah.
but I told that person about him. So, but anyways,
I love
same
how
type of thing.
I love how this is this all works. Like
Yeah.
and I was doing like reviews and stuff like that, but like when the way you do it, it's so in depth and like just so professional. Like mine is kind of like after a while, to be honest, my stuff at the end was kind of like it gets me euphoric and like it was. I would just like reverse like the way that I had the words, not on purpose, but I'm just like saying the same thing. You have kept it fresh and absolutely professional and detailed. We appreciate it as a community, dog. Yeah. So with that, I want to go ahead and jump over to our second segment, which is Trip Tales about psychedelics and stuff.
Sick. Yeah. I saw.
That trippy mood.
Yeah. All right. So Trip Tales is all about psychedelic experiences and stuff like that. So obviously you said that you had heard. Are you?
I was catching up on some of your episodes, so I kind of knew the vibe, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we're gonna touch on. So yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
what experience do you have or have you had with psychedelics in shrooms or
I thought this would be a great question for you guys because it's my favorite, but I'm like, does it even qualify? Because there's this kind of debate about this one, but I love MDMA, and I don't know if it quite qualifies as a psychedelic. But I've had crazy psychedelic experiences on it, so to me, I count it. I haven't in a very long time, but those are some of like my best memories.
For me, I know a lot of times that I've ever done MDMA or something like that, I get a lot of tracers like the pink and blue kind of like to lights and shit like that that accent it and stuff, and it gets a little trippy with like
so for me I had an experience, and it was more of like an eyes closed experience, but it basically, me and the homie are tripping in the house, blasting the music, and my girl works the next day, and
Oh shit.
she's like, "You guys have to get the fuck out of here." And we're like, we're in the middle of like peaking, like what the? So we literally go out to my car and close the doors and just turn the music as loud as we can.
Dang.
But literally, I closed my eyes and I basically was taken into. I wish I had the painting for you. There's like an exact painting, but it's like one of those old, like amazing. I was basically taken into a painting. Like I was like in the painting,
Like kind of things are melting or something
melting.
like that.
Yep, things
Yeah.
are melting. I'm like in it, like moving around in it. And it was just wild, like wild colors, pink, purple, blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, and I'll never forget it. It's like one of the most beautiful freaking experiences ever.
That's one of the crazy, like that's a good point. A lot of people, like even myself, I'll take shrooms or some gel tabs or something like that. And the whole time I'm just like, I'm gonna watch this music video or something and like trip out and watch all this and everything. But like if you just close your damn eyes,
Yes.
you're gonna see some shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Like
There's
it's
so much going
there.
on up in there.
It's not
Mhm.
even that. You may be like, you may launch yourself into another dimension. Who knows? Like I
straight up.
believe in all this stuff.
Yep, me too.
So like,
Pray tell.
yeah, so like I know myself, especially with the acid, like when I close my eyes, geometric shapes just like abound and it just like fractals, and
Yep.
it's just like
Okay.
showing stuff at you. I'm looking at a kaleidoscope.
Okay.
And sometimes I gotta go, okay.
You and me, bro. You and me,
Yeah.
that's the same, bro. Like it's almost easier on shrooms and certain ones to have my eyes open
Yes.
because the minute I close them, my shit gets trippy as fuck. Like, yeah, that's when I start seeing things.
So
Every time you blink, then you're just like, oh man.
yeah,
man.
like so as a young kid and stuff, like we moved a lot and everything, and I think that kind of started teaching me dissociation because
Yeah.
you just have to go through like I gotta go to the new school. I'm scared than shit, but
Yep.
like I gotta go.
Yeah.
So like you just kind of just dissociate and just like start floating up here. So like
Yeah.
as I'm getting older, like when I like trip and stuff, I go, okay, wait, no, we'll come back.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Because I feel like aliens have shown me stuff when I close my eyes. God has talked to me when I close my eyes for sure. And God shows me like as soon as you die, bro, you're just gonna get reabsorbed into here.
Yeah.
And the one that looked like an eye or some shit, and then you're just gonna pop out somewhere else as something else. And I'm like, dude, what?
Holy
Like-
shit.
And I'm
yeah.
like, open my eyes.
Yep.
I'm like, no. He's like, it can end all right now. I'm like, no. I'm like, wake up. But yeah, no, like, be careful because I mean, all these things may not be real, but like, we just, I understand how to take this stuff with a grain of salt. So
Yes,
yeah, you got to
exactly,
be
yep.
careful with psychedelics and all sorts of stuff. I have someone, I don't know if you know much about ketamine. Someone's been talking to me, asking me about it, and trying to help guide them. And it's a really good thing, especially if you're really aggro like I was in the past and stuff like that, because it'll help remove yourself. You can kind of like see all the problems that you're having that usually set off that cranky Gordon Ramsay or whatever person that you
Like,
think
might
of.
live inside of you. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That you might say on the inside, but never on the outside.
Yeah, those intrusive thoughts and all that kind of stuff. It kind of removes that, but it's you got to like figure out what's good for you. Like you know the MDMA works for you.
Exactly. Yep.
And like I know someone else that wanted to like be guided through it, and they tried it and it wasn't for them because they're already kind of removed and like they want to be more in control. That's not the one for you.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm glad people are trying these things and talking about them, and
Yeah.
and it's more common now.
Yeah.
But so when you're tripped with the MDMA, how did you like? Here's something that people don't talk about: is the next day,
Yeah.
the come down,
Yeah. The worst.
the worst.
What?
Okay,
Honestly, though, it's not even the day. I'll say well, it's not for everyone. For me, it can be like a week. You know,
Yeah. So what it is, it's just like that unlocks your serotonin and it's just dumping.
dumps
Dumping.
it all out in one dump.
Yeah. And just like anything
A week's worth
in
of
your
serotonin
body,
in a week?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
Yeah, anything, especially if you go hard or something, anything that you release from your body a bunch of times and stuff is gonna make you feel weak. So that just dumping, like, so I know myself when I was younger, I was taking a lot of what we called Skittles, you know,
Presses. Yeah.
ecstasy and
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ecstasy, yeah.
Ecstasy.
The Skittles. Like,
Yep.
I
Yep.
was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have a bag and just sit there and even play video games. It was fucked. I was fucked.
Wow.
Bro, I was
Damn.
fucked. That was the last part of me being in the army too.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I wanted out.
But that also makes sense. So
I wanted
Yeah.
out. But I don't even know where we were going with that. I think I just like
No worries.
but
if you've seen studies,
the days after and stuff, like
Yeah.
I would just be like, I just feel absolutely drained. Like everyone that talks about how they're just like low energy and stuff, or like the Venus is in Gatorade, or all that different
Yep.
stuff. Like I feel drained and stuff like that, but like for sure you got to be careful with that, because that's one thing that'll happen with MDMA.
100%. In the last few times that I had done it, whenever that was, it'd always be like a few days off afterwards. It would be we're taking the I forget the vitamins, but it's like the stuff to kind of help the serotonin, like at least help boost. We're sleeping
Yeah.
a lot. We're
B12
doing all the
helps.
things, but it's still like mentally, if you're going through stuff, it's not, you should not, because that
No.
next week
Okay.
you will not be able to, or at least I won't be able to withstand any kind of emotional pressure I'll crack in
Yep.
that week after. Yeah.
So you have to you have to think about these things and prepare yourself.
Exactly.
Even sometimes for me when I see, I don't like shrooms and stuff because it messes, like I have my stomach issues and stuff,
Same.
and that chitin in there
Yeah.
messes with my stomach real hard. So I'm always just like, my body's just telling me you put poison in your body.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there going, no, I didn't. But I can't even enjoy it because my body is just like all in a clenched fist the whole time. That's why I like the gel tabs and stuff. But
That's what I was gonna
Is there
say.
any
Yep.
way to like smoke mushrooms? Or
no, I should
just in
probably
any
make
other
it more
way?
of like a tea.
Bingo.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
But also I know how to do ice cream and all sorts of other stuff. And
Oh yeah.
but we'll talk about that in the future. Allegedly. But yeah, so just like even with shrooms and stuff, the next day I can feel kind of drained and stuff like that. But I kind of like that after I go through a heavy trip, and then the next day I just kind of feel like, because I was hot as hell, and then all of a sudden your body temperature comes down. You just kind of feel like you went through a whole emotional roller coaster, but you're alive. You're still good.
Yeah.
We're still good. and you just, I just kind of float through the day.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can be like emotionally, like if you're all that shit, if you have a bad situation,
Yeah.
that shit
Yep.
comes back tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So, did you have anything else you want to add to that, or we can go ahead and jump to our like break?
No, that's good. Yeah.
Cool. Jump to
Habari Entertainment Films present There's Only One Name for News with Damon and Iesha. Habari Live Podcast. Habari Entertainment, a race against time. On a quest for glory. Habari News Weekly, HabariEntertainment.com. Catch us for more. Visit us, HabariEntertainment.com.
Sorry, and we're back. So, mental health is wealth. Avatar: Way of the Water. just Just kidding. Actually, I had to stop watching that movie
Well, I watched it.
fucking 30 minutes.
I
That shit
watched.
was
Man, after you watch that movie for like an hour and a half, you
an
get
hour
so
and a half.
well. The movie is like 3 hours long, so
Seriously.
it's like an hour and a half. You forget that it's like this isn't real or isn't fake. This is real, and we need to save those whales or something like that. Because then by hour 3, you're like, I hope this isn't really happening. You're like, oh wait, these aren't real. This is
We gotta
CG.
save the sea monsters.
Uh,
Oh man, I'm sorry. Like I know we're on to another subject, but like I tried to
Hey,
watch
maybe,
that.
maybe
I got high as shit, man. And I'm like, man, I'm gonna enjoy this. This is like I don't even care. It's just gonna watch this. And I'm like 30 minutes into it. I'm like, off you. Nah, this is this is like
well, I think
felt like a McDonald's movie. I don't even know.
I
It's
feel like
cheesy as
I
fuck.
understand now. Like it's like a plug because like at a point it's all full circle. The ocean is important because it's full circle, but it's like I guess it's a plug for that though, you know. But yeah,
We just random tangents.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah, love it.
so as we all have to deal with some sort of mental health and stuff and things with our families and whatnot. What is your experience like maybe not just in the cannabis realm or whatnot or dealing with any sort of mental health or anything that you've seen or
yeah. Or how do you do you have like a set routine that you do to keep you focused, doing your keeping on track, doing your stuff, like what's kept you what's kept Evan like in the straight and narrow,
Man, that is a great question. Honestly, I kind of accredit the last segment we did, trying everything
Ah.
once and then going
Yeah.
through all those experiences and feeling that kind of stuff. I credit like my step family that kind of took me in when my mom passed, because my mom was amazing,
Yeah.
and that's credit to who I am today. But
shout out
because
to her?
because she was a single mom, I didn't really get any kind of like family knowledge, like life knowledge, things like that. So
Uh-huh.
them taking me in, even to this day, like yeah, it's helped me learn a lot. They've helped my mental health. I'm big on going to, I'd always go to my mom. Now I always go to my stepmom, my aunt, but I'm always going to people,
Yeah.
talking it out as soon
Yeah.
as I have something
Good,
that's too
good.
overwhelming. Yeah, my best friend Bob. Yeah, I'm a big like, but if it's not too much, then
Well, yeah. I mean, there. Like, I talk to people about some of my issues, like with Cam or other people and stuff. But there's stuff I take to therapy that's just me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna give you all my shit.
Exactly.
You got your own shit.
Yeah,
But like,
exactly.
if I feel like it's something that I just want to like, especially like we were talking with Taylor about just venting. I don't need you to help solve shit. Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
I just need to fucking.
Yep.
Listen.
Blah!
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm
Yep.
glad that you have that
Yeah.
and you have that support
Yeah.
system.
No, I would say you're a big proponent on talking to people, talking to just letting your emotions be heard, just taking an opportunity to just either be one with yourself or get with somebody and just like get another perspective from, or just like you said, just let you let the vent out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like be heard, get a hug, maybe cry on the shoulder for a second if you need to, and then power through whatever you need to. Something that I had to tell myself the other day is like, is somebody gonna die? Like if somebody's gonna die, then maybe you can act a little crazy. But if nobody's gonna die, then chill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, to a point. I mean, things
Yeah.
need to get done.
Yeah, definitely.
But no one's gonna die in a deadline.
Yeah.
Deadline.
Yeah,
No one
definitely.
really dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck your deadline. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding. I have all
yeah.
sorts of deadlines.
No, but you know what's important, but you know what's not important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it's a given. It's a give and take always. With mental health that it's hard to deal with. I don't think you've had to deal with it, but like when we were talking about reviews and stuff like that, I did a lot of reviews back in the day, especially when I was a bud tender and stuff. Way more access for me
Yeah.
and got to watch the brands and whatnot. But at a certain point in time, like I let that like start feeding my ego. and I was like, I'm somebody, I'm somebody, I'm somebody, I'm somebody. And that demon and it just like keeps
Yeah.
it going. And you're like, oh shit, they like that. Oh shit, they like that. Oh, and I'm like, don't I bring y'all mother fire and shit? Like, and I really got away from what I was trying to do. What I was trying to do was help educate people
Yeah.
and help them make an informed purchase and stuff. Because I mean, if I like it, I know you're gonna like it because I'm not gonna just buy some bull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but I'm also gonna try different things that not everybody's gonna try,
Yeah.
because not everybody has a price point.
Exactly.
But I got away from that, and that's a thing that that you have to deal with. I had to deal with, um, trying to like do different things. Like as we're trying to do this podcast and stuff, I'm glad I learned these lessons before then because people are like telling me all day, or not all day. Oh my god, people are telling me here and there. They're like, "Oh, it's so cool to do a podcast," and I'm like, I don't feel that like I did when I was doing the reviews, but I don't feel that anymore because honestly, it's just talking
Yeah.
and I appreciate you guys
Yeah.
coming on and sharing
Oh,
with
yeah.
us. Because again, I want to go back to the community
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
No,
and go back to where I started.
people need perspective. A lot of time people are more alike than they are different. And if you just sit down and talk to somebody, then you end up noticing that you're a lot more similar to them than you think.
Absolutely.
And you want some a lot of the same things. Maybe not exactly the same, but at least in the same way, overall in that perspective. Um, so I was gonna ask, have you ever I don't know, have you ever just considered just I don't know, like have you ever looked up or read anything about just like, keeping yourself like you have this thing going on, you have crack that still going, you have all this kind of momentum going. What do you I'm just not right.
Oh no, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, I think what I want to know is we've talked to you and over like I've talked to you as a bud tender. I've talked to you like on Instagram and stuff like that. What has kept because you've stayed grounded. What has kept you grounded while doing the reviews and stuff like that? Um, where I didn't
Yeah.
like I these are good lessons for people to kind of hear.
I feel like again going back, I feel like I'm a now grounded person overall, just where I'm at in life and how I understand things for the most part. Not that I don't, whatever. So I'm grounded in that aspect. And then I have my moments.
Yeah.
I have moments, but it's just
Yeah.
it's because I have it under control.
Yeah.
I don't know where that control comes from, but it's who I am. It's I have a great ability of I have an opinion, but I have the ability to know what the room's opinion might be. So
Okay.
I have that ability to be like, why am I not getting in free? And then I'm like, that's how you sound,
Yeah.
you idiot.
Yeah.
That's how you sound.
Exactly how
That's how you sound. Why should you get in free? Who are you? That's
Mhm.
and some people, like some of my friends will be like, you're being too hard on yourself. But just in those moments to just kind of, because you got to be real with yourself and
Yeah.
and yeah, and you're not all that, but in the same light,
Yeah.
as a reviewer, or I'll speak for myself. Like I'm giving back to the community, and I want to put these companies, the ones that I whether they're new companies or companies that I've liked, I want to give them shine, but I do want to give myself shine as a reviewer and to
Sure.
whatever else I'm gonna, that
Yeah.
I'm chasing out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I still want to be like the best reviewer, and I still want,
That's okay.
I still want,
Yeah.
yeah,
That
I
is
still want
okay.
people to give me things, but
Yeah.
like in the end, it's not like what it's about and all that, and that's not what got me here. So
Yeah.
just keep doing what got you here because it has gained me a little bit of momentum. So yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Absolutely. Yeah, because even if it's not something that's already within you, the more like you practice it as I practice it, it becomes who you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like being a
Yep.
chef, it's one of the most stressful jobs.
God. Let me explain something real quick. As this man just had a dinner. Anybody that comes on here and we have as a guest, like a chef to me is someone that's just a chief or someone
For
who's
sure, too.
a leader of their own thing, right?
Yes.
So like you're a chef in
Yes.
my eyes. Every
Yeah.
like
Love it. Hell
like
yeah.
it's you're just
Love it.
I love
leaders.
that.
Like
I love that.
that's what a
That's
chef
awesome.
is, because
That's
a chef is
awesome.
everything.
Yeah.
Like you guys don't understand. Like I heard, oh my God, the Quick Trip commercial where this girl's like, I'm a cashier, I'm a this, and this, and she's like, I'm a head chef. No, you're not. But you may be a really great worker at Quick Trip. But a head chef has to deal with all the staff, has to deal with the food costs, has to deal with the equipment breaking, has to be able to fix the equipment, because there's times where you can't call someone to fix the stuff.
Or
You
you
got to
make an
fix it.
alternative. You
Boom.
chop it up with the knife.
You gotta
Or you
be
switch the recipe.
yeah. You gotta be pivoting
like water.
constantly. Yeah, and this is why chefs and stuff have issues and stuff, because they are to be a chef, you are on call 24 hours a day. It doesn't matter. Something's going to happen, and there's no days off. So shout out to anybody that's on our show, because I believe that you're a chef in my eyes, like just
That's
leaders.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Much love.
Yeah. So, and shout out to Cameron and Roadrunners that did their dinner last night in Tucson there.
And I actually heard you guys are going to be doing the Culture Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see exactly how it goes down. We're gonna talk with them I believe on Tuesday to start trying to figure out maybe menus and stuff like that.
Dope.
But yeah, we have the second day. We did have that plating the other day. Like I was pretty proud of some of the stuff that we did, but as always, there's corrections that I want to make and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Tighten things up, fix some things here and there.
Yep.
But always like remove yourself from a situation and kind of like look at what, especially with being a chef, and be like, okay, is my ego affecting this decision right now?
Yeah.
And then you got to be like, okay, and you got to be able to pull yourself back and sit there and go, okay, I'm fallible. Error is to be human.
Yeah. Error is to be human.
Yeah. Google it. I don't know.
Yes, I probably didn't say it right. Yes, for sure.
I'm a loser who smokes BHO.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So,
it's just a joke. No one's a loser who smokes
Oh, yeah.
BHO. It's just sometimes I hear some stuff in the industry when people are making fun of people, and it just makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
No need for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No,
No elitist.
no, just gotta be humble.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, no. So I was gonna say, just during my dinner,
Mm.
it was the first time I had a dinner that large. It was the first time. It was the second dinner I had ever.
how many
done alone.
people was it?
So I went from 20 to like 20-ish to then 30, then 35, 36, and like 37, then 36, and then 34. But it was fun. It was fun though.
So almost 40.
Yeah, almost 40 basically. It was
Mm.
fun though. It was pretty cool just because it had an opportunity to just like show how good my food could be. But like I'm
Mhm.
really humble and just like I don't know, like I don't know. I know it's gonna taste good, but I just want to, I just want people's honest opinion about it, 'Cause
Yeah.
like my biggest proponent is my girl Laura. She always says, "Hey, people need to try your food," and then like people haven't, and it's like, oh man, all the energy and effort put forth towards keeping myself composed, putting the energy and effort together to like keep my mind together because I got to get the front of the house going, I get the back of the house going, I got to make sure I plan out what the people have to do and everybody has to do, and there's like 8 people that I have to coordinate for that night in order to make it go. So it's like an orchestra in a
Mhm.
sense, but I don't know. I had some troubles doing it, but I
Oh,
kind of
bro, master of puppets, I'm pulling your strings. Sorry.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
for sure. Yeah, no, it just made me just really like I'm during my alone times just kind of take a moment to myself, maybe just look inward, just cry a little bit, but you just had to do what you got to do to like get
It's okay
through
to
it.
it's okay to cry.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
But I mean, just don't do it in front of people when you're doing the dinner. Maybe. I'm just saying. I could see myself just be like, I worked really hard to get here, and I don't know why I'm crying right now. I am emotionally unstable. But I hope you like my food. But yeah, so big shout out for you, because like I know that feeling, because I used to do some like concerts for here in Vegas with some different chefs, and man, like that pressure
Yeah.
is insane.
Yeah.
Like it is like,
It's
and you're
rush.
not, oh my God. Like
Oh my
and you're like doing the front of house, you're trying to get the servers to do this stuff. And for us at the time, like when we're trying to put out food, even for like the press and stuff like that,
Yeah.
people are trying to grab stuff off of carts. And I'm coming in there like a crazy ass veteran chef. I'm like, I wasn't even a chef in the army. I was artillery. So like and then I became a chef. So you got my crazy ass like, get the off the goddamn cart, and I'm like trying to control this and the decorate, and man, it is crazy. So shout out to all chefs, because that shit sucks sometimes. And they're like, "You good?" Like, yeah, I'm great.
Yeah.
And then but yeah. So, shout out to anybody who has to deal with any of that kind of shit.
The best part was at the end, you get to take a fat dab at the dab bar.
Bro, I mean, yeah, I saw all that, and they had the dabs to go with the pairing and what.
They had them chilled.
I know. Was that like a chilled marble or table?
It was just it's just like a pan, and then underneath just a little piece of parchment, and then like a little piece of was it little cutlery holding the perfect.
Yeah, I didn't know, like, because
beautiful
in Missouri, in St. Louis, they have like a fudgery and stuff, and they sit there and they have this marble table that's cooled, so they're like flipping it and throwing it in the air and stuff, and aerating and stuff like that. So I didn't know if it was that.
Oh yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
But we'll go ahead and jump into our last segment here. We'll just talk about what's coming up next and all our promos and stuff. Plug talk. All right. So Plug Talk is all about different things we have coming up. I know you do reviews and stuff. I don't know what you have coming up. I know you were just doing, man, all that Michigan weed looks so good.
Michigan, yep.
Man, I'm so jealous.
I know.
Like, not just of you for sure, but like people living in Michigan.
Exactly.
Because even in Missouri back in the day, like I knew about Michigan. I just couldn't touch it. I'm like, especially the strain Pure Michigan. I want it so
that's
bad.
A great, yes.
I want it so bad, but I've never had it, and I want to cry.
Love it. Love it. That's where we're at right now. We're in the Michigan series. I'm actually about to wrap it up with the last jar, I believe, unless I sneak one or two more in there. But the Michigan series, and then I think I'm gonna go back to collabs because episode 300's coming up. That's the big one. I need to make sure.
Oh, by the way.
Yeah. I need to make sure that Instagram will allow it, but I'm gonna try to do a live episode for episode 300 and do that as a little cool thing.
If not, you can throw it on YouTube or something.
I know, but
yeah, too much.
And that's the thing. I'm so behind. I need to get on YouTube, but that's one of my goals too. But yeah, so I'll throw the live one on 300 if it'll allow me, and then we'll go back to Arizona Terps. So it'll go Michigan, a bunch of collab, and then back to I have Fino Rich. A bunch of jars from my guy Fino.
Nice.
We got
making his way around town right now.
Yes. Yep.
Yes, he is.
We got the No Boof Boys. They're a new local company. I've got some of them to be featured.
Oh yeah. Is that what they got? Did they just drop new clothing?
I believe so.
I think Roberto.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
shout out Roberto Cortez.
Inventing Room also said they were going to grab me that jar there, GMO from Smirk. So I'm looking forward to all of that as the local stuff. Yeah,
I do. Like I'm ready. I haven't tried. Have you tried any? Has Legends dropped any flour yet?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
But everything I've seen looks absolutely fire.
Smirk.
Yeah.
Like me and Smirk kind of go back a little bit. Not like a lot of people know him for a long time, but like I even tossed him some beans one time. We kind of lost the strain. I believe Omar MJ Beard was like had someone trying it out recently. It's from Sin City Seeds. It was blunts. It was Runts and their Blue Power together.
Blue Power, yep.
Yeah.
I've done a good amount of research on the Blue Power. It's a special one.
So
that's
I need
crazy.
to that, and I had another person try to grow. They had given me Papaya Power.
Ooh,
but someone else took that, and then we had a falling out, and I don't know what happened to that. But
Hopefully
I've
they're
been,
growing those because those will be fire.
it was a long time ago, it was years ago, because it was Sin City Seeds, and they had a competition back in the day to name a strain,
Oh,
and it was GMO times their power, and I called it nuclear power. So then I hit up, like, it wasn't just me, like I had everyone like vote on it and stuff in Arizona and stuff, and
Oh,
we
yeah.
won.
Oh yeah.
So they were gonna give me that strain, but they haven't dropped it yet. But they're about to. So I talked to them, and I'm gonna try. They said I need to buy something off their new drop of their like clothing or something like that, and then they may like work it in there somehow.
There you go. Oh,
So I'm gonna need someone to grow that for me.
yeah.
Because
Howard.
I love weed. I've read weed. I don't know how to grow weed yet. Like, don't judge me. But
yeah,
hey,
no, it's a
I'll get
learning
there.
curve.
It's just, but we're doing this right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
Exactly.
One thing at a time.
Exactly.
So out of the Michigan so far, like I see a lot of their Kush and like gassy or stuff like that.
Mhm.
I haven't seen a lot of their fruit terp kind of stuff. I mean, obviously, I've seen more of like you keep it pretty.
Even kill.
No, I mean, I can't even. What is fucking weed, dog?
Right?
Right, my
Right?
brain.
Yeah.
Like you keep it. Like you have an assortment. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
Like, I can't
Yeah.
even come up with the word.
No, I try to always
assorted.
keep it different. I have what I like, but because of the show and stuff, I
That's-
like trying new things. That's my
Yeah.
thing. So I would say I did grab a lot of gas from them on that time, but like the Poontang pie, that one was a crazy one, and I've had that from 2 different Michigan companies now. The slushy
Is
or,
it-
smoothie, I think that they had up there. They had some different ones, but yeah, no, they've got everything up there. What I really like is that, like, they're just, I don't know their laws, but I feel like it allows a lot for them to just grow their own and not be bothered, and that's why the sub market is so amazing, because even your local
Nice.
farmer has some
Makes
really
sense.
good rosin, and then if you want to search, you can find great rosin from just your local farmers. Like,
Speaking of which, we didn't go over it. I want to talk about it because not a lot of us are educated on it. But the Piatella.
oh yeah, yeah, the newest hype thing in the game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Remember
Piatella.
THCA powder?
Yeah.
It looked like cocaine.
Wow.
Oh no.
Oh god, that was bad. But Piatella's not like that. But for those of us who don't understand, like there's different types of live like or rosin and stuff like that. You have like cured, you have live hash rosin, and then you have like even like full melt and stuff like that, and stuff that hasn't even been processed.
Yep.
Can you explain to our
Me.
watchers, listeners, exactly what Piatella is? Well,
Probably not, because I don't even know. I just know little bits about it. You'll have better guests than me to explain exactly what it is.
fair enough.
But I know, like, in Spain or in Europe is where, like, it was developed. And so the one thing I've been kind of reading and that I've been kind of like expressing as my message about it, not that I've tried it or anything, but I've come to learn, like, there's still tricks of the trade and there's still a lot of knowledge that isn't public knowledge about it.
Mm.
So some people who are making Piatella, as to my knowledge, it's not even Piatella because they're not doing it right or whatever.
Okay.
Again, I don't want to be the guy being like, you're not doing it right, but that's just kind of what I'm hearing is, like, if you weren't taught the
Exact
full
way.
tech, and some of the guys are keeping it on lock. So unless you're
If
like
Frenchie Cannoli didn't come and teach you how to make hash,
yeah,
like,
I mean,
are
I
you
was
really?
thinking, like, if it's not grown in the Champagne region, is it Champagne?
That's what I'm saying. That so Frenchie Cannoli is like the godfather of hash,
Okay.
and like that was just like my overall like if you didn't learn from him, are you really making hash?
Yeah.
So-
but Piatella is even more, because for me, all I heard is it's like 6-star, but it hasn't been processed, or it has. I don't like it.
to me, it's like aged melt. That's like
There,
aged
yeah.
melt
Parmesan
that's in
cheese?
cellophane. this special cellophane wrap that you don't touch, and it's you let it do its thing. But again, to my
So
knowledge,
it's cold.
it
Super
has to
cold
be
cure.
wrapped a certain way, and there's certain techniques that have to be done that are specific. It's not just, oh, you can just wrap it in cellophane and do, and that's what people are doing, and then they're like, oh, we have patella. So again, I don't know
Oh,
all the
I see what you're
specific
saying.
little things, but yeah, like
It's new.
you
So-
just store it at, I'm pretty sure it's room temp somewhere, and it's just stored there for however many days until it hits this like point where it becomes the almost like consistency of rosin, but the burn and taste of melt.
Okay, so you're letting it like homogenize.
That's to my knowledge, yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I'm thinking.
Okay, I'm a chef. Like, all right.
It's all mixed together and blended.
So
into
basically, like, and to break it down,
That's
and when you're making hash, like, we'll just break it down like you're doing it at home. You have bags, right? And in each bag, you have different microns, to which where there's stalks and heads of they're called trichomes on your weed. All that stuff, that little like clear mushroom or golden
Bubbles.
amber stuff, those little things that are on all the
dewdrops.
frost, all the ice, all that stuff. They get it real cold, try to decapitate the heads with, like with with a scythe. No, they put ice and water and stuff and rock the stuff, and then they strain it through these different micron screens, and each level is something different.
Yeah.
Now, when you're working with someone who has a lot of hash rosin or something who's really good at it, they have full melt, which basically is not a lot of plant material in it, mainly oil and stuff, and it's clear, almost clear, and you can just dab it. It hasn't been pressed or anything like that. Some people call some different things full melt when they aren't full melt, but I mean, that's a marketing thing. But then you have like the kind of other tiers and stuff like that end up being dried in freeze dryers and pressed and stuff like that. And you can look all that stuff up. But Piatella is like the best of the best of
It's the newest. I don't even want to say it's the best of the best.
Well, I'm
it's
talking
like
about
the
like
newest.
of the heads that they tried to catch.
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah.
The heads of the
Yep.
the best, like that's what 6-star.
Yeah.
I mean, Google 6-star because I can't really, but it's just the best heads of the trichomes and stuff as possible. And then, like he said, they wrap it in plastic wrap. Like,
There's like a special wrap on it,
Yeah,
and
it's
it's
like-
stored specially. Those are the keys, and it's a specific amount of time.
so, Google it. Learn something today. I don't know. Maybe learn something that you don't know, or maybe someone's telling us the wrong thing. But I mean, that's all part of this journey with
Yeah.
weed.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
what I want to teach people. Just like, if you're not your own doctor, you're a fool.
Yeah, and then we're plugging it in the sense. It's like, hey, now we're knowing about something new that.
Yeah.
Hey,
No one knows your body more than you do. So
yeah.
try
and
some
then-
shit.
Yeah. A lot of people have been smoking for a very long time. If this would be an opportunity for them to learn something new. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So with that, like I think we're about out of here on this episode. What we have coming up, thank you for shouting it out, Evan. There we do have possibly we have the Arizona Culture Cup. We did land the second day of the chef thing for that. I know I'm going to be doing it. We'll see. Like Cam just got done doing the dinner. It's a lot of stress. We'll see what happens, but I may be trying to pull some people from the community here. We'll see, to help out. But other than that, next episode we have coming up right after this is Perks the Amenity. And then next week, sorry, this is real professional to do this on my phone right here. Next weekend, we have a really good one. So, of solventless refinery and many things, Cami. So shout out to her. So
to Cammy.
it is her
She's
episode at
very nice.
1 o'clock. But then we had a change that had to come through, and I haven't let anybody know yet until right now. But Sir High will be 2 p.m. next Sunday. So.
Hell yeah.
So here, I mean, it's gonna be fire, guys. Like, so
That's what's up.
thank you very much, Evan,
Thanks
for
for having
coming
me,
out.
guys.
We'll
Thank you
have you
both.
on again after you get some more of them reviews up, and
Oh, yeah.
maybe we
Yeah.
can end up getting some of this like rosin, like that Shen. I don't know. They followed us and stuff, and I'm like, I want like. There's so many things I want to try. If everyone's out there, I'm just broke. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to duck you. I can't afford it. But we're going in due time. All right. Thank you very much. Always be good, be clean, be safe. Smoke up, trip out. Bye.
Oh, yeah.